Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today my question for you is, who is your least favorite companion from 1970s Doctor Who? And I am looking at the more traditional companions, basically the females that travel with a doctor, because when you get into like the third Doctor era, it really gets tricky as to who counts as an actual companion and who doesn't. Like, do you count the Brigadier as a companion? Do you count Benton as a companion? Yates as a companion? So it gets a little tricky. I am looking at more the traditional companion role, basically the women that traveled with him during that time. So basically we're looking at Liz, Jo, Sarah, Leela, Romana, and Romana 2. I do count Romana 1 and Romana 2 separately because the portrayals are different. And it's interesting for me because 70's Who has such a strong set of companions. Like, all of them are good. Let me be clear on that. There are no bad companions for me in 70's Who, and that's even if you count like Benton, Yates, and the Brigadier. I love all three of them. 70's Who just has so many good, strong companions. They do. They're all good. And one of the reasons I decided to do this video is, I mean, it's actually easy for me to pick the weakest, but the weakest is still good. Like, I like most of them. Going through from order, like Liz I like because she's really smart, much like Zoe. I like the Doctor having an intelligent companion that can, to a degree, keep up with him. I really enjoy Season 7. And I like Jo a lot. Jo, partially just because Katie Manning herself is such a personality. Jo is such a personality. And I really like Jo. Jo very much is that person. If you tell her not to do the thing, she's going to go do the thing. And I like that about her. And I love her sense of style as well and her passion for what she does. And then there's Sarah. Sarah is my favorite Doctor Who companion of all time. I love Sarah Jane. I don't like how she gets brainwashed way too many times in her run. Like, she gets brainwashed in, like, or hypnotized in, like, her final two stories. Both of them. And then also again in, like, Death to the Daleks. She gets hypnotized too much. But she's still an amazing character. Again, my favorite companion. My sinuses are acting up. I shouldn't have eaten right before I did this video. And then Leela's great, another one of my favorite companions. Drastically different from everything we've had before. And I love that Classic Who did this, that it would get companions that weren't from modern day Earth, which is something modern Doctor Who needs to be taking notes on. We need a companion that's not from modern day Earth, because that's a little played out in modern Who at this point. So I like the idea of a savage companion like Leela, and the Doctor trying to civilize her, so to speak. And then, of course, we move into the two Romanas. And I like both of them. I prefer Romana 1. I do like Mary Tam's Romana better. She's a little more regal, the way she carries herself. I really like. Very fitting of a time lady. And that brings me to Romana 2, who actually is my least favorite of the 70's. She's still good. She just doesn't quite grab me as the others. She has stories where she's better than others. I love her in City of Death. And she's actually really good in Creature from the Pit, which was the first one she ever recorded. She still, as she says in interviews, she's trying to play it like Mary. And to me, that actually works. I love that first episode of Creature when she tricks the bandits into untying her so she can get away. That's great. Then she has other moments, like in Horns of Nimon, when she has her little sonic device and she's talking with the pilot of the ship and she just slams it down. And it's like she makes such a show of slamming it down so you know she'll forget it later because she needs it later, but she left it there. And it's so exaggerated, the slam, that I'm always like, yes, we get it. You're slamming it down so you have an excuse not to have it later. We know. Though there are other parts of Horns of Nimon, I'll give her credit because she seems to be the only one in the room taking it seriously. I'll give her that. So I like Lala. She's just really hit or miss for me. Like in The Leisure Hive, when K9 walks in the water and blows up, and she's like, K9! And it's just because he went into the water, because he shouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't quite play out for me. Like when you see that in the Season 18 box set trailer, it doesn't actually live up to the moment in the episode, which is more silly than anything. So it doesn't quite work. So as much as I like Romana 2, and I do like Romana 2, I like Lalla Ward. She is the weakest for me, but part of that's just because everyone else is so strong. Some of my favorite interactions with the Doctor and the Companion are with Romana 1 and Rybos. just listening to them talk in the TARDIS and right after they get out of the TARDIS is fantastic. I always love the exchanges with Leela. Again, I love Sarah Jane, and I like Liz, and I like Joe. It's such a strong list. The 70s could be the strongest season for companions. That's actually a good video to do soon. But my least favorite would be Romana too. But she's still good. She's still good. I don't think she's like masterpiece phenomenal, but she's still good. It just depends on the story. Some stories she's kind of down here for me. Some stories she's still really good. Depends on the story. So I would like to know who your least favorite companion in the traditional female travels with a Doctor companion sense in 70s Doctor Who is. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me. My P.O. box is down in the description below. A link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well if you would take a minute and check that out. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me that way. A link to my Patreon is down in the description as well. I want to give a special shout out to two of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane and the 5th Doctor. I appreciate their support and the support of all of my patrons. Most importantly though, thank you for watching.